Hey everybody, welcome to Weekend Wrap, our look back at a wild MLS weekend. Jonah Friedman here with Dan Hyatt coming out from behind the camera. And Dan, let's start with the three top matches of the weekend, starting with Sunday's matinee in New York.
Yeah, this was a battle between two clubs who never lose after taking the lead, and the Seattle Sounders took the lead in the 16th minute through Alvaro Fernandez. However, Sebastian Letou tied it up for the Red Bulls in the 24th minute, making his debut for New York against his former team. And from there, it was mostly Red Bulls. And in the 61st minute, Joel Limper tied it up with a nice goal. He cut onto his left foot, slotted it inside of the near post, beating Brian Meredith there. With New York clearly on top at that point, Ziggy Schmidt decided he had to make a change. He threw on Freddie Montero, and the Colombian had an immediate impact. In the 67th minute, he scored, made a great run to the near post, finished it off back across the face of goal. Tied it up for the Sounders at that point, 2-2. The Red Bulls had the better of the late chances, but they couldn't get the winner. Dax McCarty had the best of those chances with his header cleared off the line by Adam Johansson. So it was 2-2 in the end, both teams getting a point, which was enough to take over sole possession of third place in their conferences. For number 2, we go to Saturday night, where it was a battle of 1 versus 2 in the West as San Jose hosted RSL.
Yeah, this was a big chance for RSL to make a big statement and get back on top in the Western Conference. It was not to be. Pretty even at the beginning, Chris Wondolowski getting the benefit of a diving header in the 18th minute. Really solid goal, great team play from San Jose. But then in the 57th minute, it all came apart. Kyle Beckham sees red for taking a little bit of an exception to a challenge from Sam Cronin on Javi Morales, and Beckham actually bumped the referee, showing some not very happy times in that game, getting sent off, and that changed everything. The floodgates opened. Chris Wondolowski scored his 16th and 17th goals. Alan Gordon getting into the act, Simon Dawkins getting into the act, handing basically RSL their worst loss since a 6-0 loss to New York in 2007. And really, this is more of a statement game. I think San Jose really wanted to show that they are the best team in the league, despite what people may think. And really, RSL kind of owned them last year, and I don't think that San Jose has forgotten that. So in the end, San Jose is still on top of the Western Conference and looking every bit like the best team in the league. Number 1, the last time we saw all 3 of LA's DPs doing the business all at one time, they won MLS Cup, and they did it again in Portland on Saturday night.
Yeah, you mentioned the DPs, but this one was the start of the Gavin Wilkinson era, and it had a great start with another DP, Chris Boyd, scoring the first goal less than 3 minutes in. However, it wasn't meant to be for Portland, as it was the LA DP show from there. 5 goals for LA, all coming from their designated players. David Beckham scoring a blast from over 30 yards out. Then 5 minutes later, he followed it up with a free kick, a signature free kick, almost identical to the one he scored against San Jose 2 weeks ago. Landon Donovan added one from the spot. Robbie Keane added 2 of his own. It finished 5-3. It was a wild one in Portland, but the Galaxy showing that they're here and they're here to play. They've won 5 of their last 7 now. Portland, unfortunately, sitting dead last in the West now after Dallas won on Saturday.
Take a look at some of our top performers of the weekend. Chris Wondolowski, as we said, with a hat trick. Now really just sort of chasing history, chasing Roy Lassiter. David Beckham with perhaps one of his greatest performances in a Galaxy uniform. And of course, Fabian Castillo with the winner in Colorado, but also with an assist. Some good performances this week.
Yeah, what can we say about Chris Wondolowski other than he scores goals? That's 17 goals now, 10 off the record set in 1996. For me, it's just a matter of time. He has 14 games left to do it. I think he's going to get there. For David Beckham, as you said, probably his best performance in a Galaxy jersey. 2 goals, both spectacular. Added an assist as well on the 5th goal with a great ball over the top. And then Fabian Castillo, he's a guy that we all know he has what it takes. It's just a matter of finding that final ball and that finishing touch. In this game, he did both. Sent a beautiful cross in for the first goal, and then he won it for them with the second goal, giving them their first win since April 14th. So a big win for Dallas, no longer in the bottom of the West.
And let's not forget Robbie Keane with a couple of goals against Portland, a big performance from him. Luis Silva, the rookie from UCSB for Toronto FC, with 2 goals in 2 games this past week, really showing some signs for that turnaround Reds franchise.
Yes, 6 points for Toronto this week, so a big one for them.
All right, taking a look at the standings, Sporting Kansas City now all alone atop the Eastern Conference after a great week. They've got 36 points. Right behind them now are DC United with 33, despite that big loss at Houston. New York in 3rd place with 32 points. Chicago holding tight at 4th place with 31 points. And Houston sticking around in that 5th place, last playoff spot with 28. Out west, as we said, San Jose atop the mountain with 40 points. Real Salt Lake trails with 36 in second place. Seattle now with 31 points on their 4-game unbeaten streak. They're a smidge ahead of Vancouver with 30 points. And the LA Galaxy with 26 points now in 5th place. They're looking to move up that table. And as we said, Portland now dead last in the Western Conference. That'll do it for us. There's all kinds of midweek action this week. Make sure you check back on the site all week. We will check back with you on Friday.